howdy. Poet Dylan Thomas once said of death, do not go gentle into that good night. Rage. Rage against the dying of the light. This is but one of the innumerable works of art dedicated to those soulless few who are unwilling to die, and instead live on as brain-eating zombies. In glorious tribute to them, here is our review of Dead Rising.
Hey kids, let's take a look at some commonly used phrases to see how they might pertain to zombie games. Hey, what's eating you? What's on your mind? It's what's on the inside that counts. Dead Rising for the 360 introduces Frank the Freelance Photographer.
Remember that name, because the whole world's gonna know it in 3 days.
A new day has risen along with the dead. And what better place for them to consume than that simmering crockpot known as the Willamette Mall? Dead Rising achieves a near-perfect balance between gallows humor and cannibalistic dread. Zombie behavior is delightfully unpredictable, aggressive, hard to kill, oddly distracted, stridently obsequious. You'll be glad to know that 360 Power delivers just about anything you find as a weapon, each with its own wicked killing mechanics. I love ballet, don't you? The katana and chainsaw are clear faves as they allowed you to surgically liberate the limbs of the damned. Story mode gives you 72 hours to explore the Dread Mall before rescue arrives. You'll use this time limit to complete objectives, save victims, and slowly uncover a cultish conspiracy that has reanimated our foully fragrant friends here. Dodging and death-dealing your way through waves of hungry stiffs bring mysterious characters into your path who give you clues to darker truths.
Santa Cabeza! Santa Cabeza?
Santa Cabeza? I don't know.
Frank's a photographer, and getting the right shot pays you well. Drama, action, erotic.
Fantastic!
Are you serious? Dead Rising's wicked sense of humor makes every store in the mall a heavenly hive of beauteous bling. Though we were sad that we couldn't find a Spencer Gifts to buy Blacklight Zeppelin posters. Frank naturally develops a palette of pugilistic dance moves as the pile of corpses he's rendered dead again gets higher. If any venom were to drip from this pretty snake's fangs, it would be that the survivor AI was at times, well, dim. Victims you led to safety followed and then just wandered off enough to end up a lunch special.
Follow me! Come on! Okay. Come on! Okay. Come on! Follow me!
The targeting system was rustically imprecise. Aiming as an afterthought in a survival horror game? Come on. Frank also lacked dexterity in high-pressure situations. At the end of life's day, though, we loved this game. A 4
Santa Cabeza
out of 5.
You unlocked a cheat. Bonus stage.
Sure, Dead Rising is all about navigating a zombie apocalypse on a time limit. But what fun is being stuck in a mall with the undead if you can't cut loose once in a while? Here's a few pointers on spicing up Frank's 72 hours in consumer hell. Whacking ghouls with heavy objects gets old after a while. Let's finesse it up a bit with this tasteful shower head. Just walk up and install it in the nearest zombie skull for a time delay kill that's effective and tasteful. The soccer ball may look like a goofy choice of weapon, but don't underestimate the power of the beautiful game. If you need a quick and easy way to clear your path, a well-struck ball will scatter the undead like 10 pins. Remember, if the zombie can't see you, it can't kill you. Serve-bot masks can brighten up any ghoul-infested room and makes you safer in the process. Don a mask yourself to complete any ensemble. Best of all, you can keep any clothing you have if you start the game over. So your mask turns Dead Rising into Servbot the Photographer's wacky fun zombie adventure.
Okay, we'll have to talk about this later.
All right, how about a couple of more useful tips? Once you get back to the entrance plaza, head upstairs to the antique shop. In here, you'll find a katana and a battle axe behind the display glass. No better tools for zombie bisection. But maybe you're tired of all this melee combat. Maybe you'd like to have something with a little more kick than this stupid handgun. Not a problem. Head to the North Plaza. Make sure you're stocked up on food items and look for the sign pointing to the gun shop. Down this hallway, you'll find Cletus, who's a little defensive about his shop.
Don't get no closer. I'll blow you out of Kingdom Come.
Cletus has you seriously outgunned, but there's a way to turn the tables. Take cover behind the display racks. If you need to adjust your position, you can pick them up and move them somewhere else. Lure Cletus to the left side of the counter. Every 6 shots, he has to reload, so use that time to make a break for the right side of the counter. Grab the sniper rifle off the shelf and let Cletus body slam you back out into the store. This will give you an opportunity to snap a photo of him taking a swig of wine, which nets you several thousand prestige points. Now that you've got the rifle, get back behind the racks for cover. Whenever he reloads, pop out and plant a bullet in his brain. Repeat this until his life bar drains and we finally say goodbye to poor old Cletus. With that out of the way, you now have access to a fully stocked gun shop. Sniper rifles and shotguns aplenty. Happy hunting!
Fantastic.
You know how sometimes we make fun of the Wii and then you send us angry emails saying, why do you make fun of the Wii? Well, games like Dead Rising, Chop Till You Drop are why. This is Dead Rising, the Xbox 360 zombie apocalypse game squeezed down onto the Wii. Now, it's kind of a mission-based action game with a number of creative weapons. The story is essentially the same. Freelance photographer Frank West is trapped in a mall with hordes of the undead and takes it upon himself to save the survivors and nab the big scoop in the process. The photography from the 360 version is gone, despite the fact that Frank still carries his camera around everywhere. There is, however, a brand new set of wacky extra missions in which you take on such tasks as killing zombies with a soccer ball or riding a bike around the mall, because apparently no Wii game is complete without a collection of stupid mini-games. On the plus side, there are now multiple save slots in mid-mission saves, and thankfully, the base gameplay is fairly intact. The Wii controls work for the most part, and being able to aim guns with the Wiimote is an improvement. But having to press A and Z to open doors gets old real fast. Frank can still pick up just about anything around him and use it to end the mockeries of human life that surround him. It's still satisfying to beat the hell out of ghouls with traffic cones and umbrellas. Although, the good old-fashioned shotgun to the brain pan never gets old. I would not skateboard in a zombie apocalypse, but Frank is a tougher man than I.
I've covered wars, you know.
One of the big problems with Chop Till You Drop is that, well, it's not really a zombie apocalypse so much as a zombie inconvenience. Whereas the 360 version featured teeming hordes of the undead, the Wii version features small groups of them, most of whom fade into existence disturbingly close to Frank. They're mostly idiots, though, so it's not that big a deal. The game is full of compromises due to the Wii's lack of processing power. The courtyard is sparse and full of fade-in and pop-up. It also features zombie poodles and parrots, who are some of the most frustrating enemies in recent video game history. I just don't see why this had to be a pared-down remake of Dead Rising. The concept is surely broad enough to support a Wii-specific game that doesn't feel like a crass attempt to wring some cash out of Wii owners who don't know any better than to buy anything with a zombie on the cover. Frankly, this game is an insult to the Wii and its audience, and considering how often we do both, we should know. Dead Rising Chop Till You Drop gets 2 zombie poodles out of 5.
You unlocked a cheat. Bonus stage.
While there is something almost meditative about doling out death to the teeming undead, Dead Rising's screeching transceiver always manages to make the gameplay feel a little less zen. It's a nuisance on par with a Tamagotchi pet, constantly demanding attention with that piercing ring. Doesn't Otis know it's difficult to answer the phone with a battle axe in one hand and a legion of surly zombies on your tail? We're here to reap the souls of the dead, not to chat. The worst part of old Naggy Otis is that he doesn't catch every survivor in the mall. Here's a quick guide to finding the unlucky survivors he misses.
You just worry about staying alive. Got it?
You can find Cletus in the hunting shack in the North Plaza on day 1. Cletus isn't the friendliest survivor around. In fact, he's more interested in making you dead than making you his friend. Clear out all the zombies in front of the shop before you engage him. After he starts shooting, you can escape his gun's range outside the store and blast him from relative safety. The boozy hick takes a swig once in a while, giving you a nice opportunity to snag some prestige points. It's good to take out this psycho early. After he's dead, you have access to all the goodies the gun shop has to offer. Sexy zombies may float Frank's boat, but they kind of creep me out. Sexy live people, Heather and Pamela, can be found at 10 a.m. on the 20th in Child's Play in Paradise Plaza. These interestingly dressed twins are pretty defenseless. Make sure you're prompt in killing the zombie siege around Pamela, as her life bar can dwindle quickly. Sadly, she repays your kindness with ineptitude, as she's unable to get out of the moat anywhere but the bridge.
Come on!
Reunite Pamela with Heather inside the store and lead them to safety. I think this is more Frank's style.
Yeah.
Ugh. Jennifer can be found in Paradise Plaza at around 4 p.m. on day 2. Thankfully, these kind men in raincoats have wrapped her up like a present. The best survivors come in box form.
His blood must flow!
Kill the gang in the usual way, but make sure you avoid their gas attacks. You don't want to wake up in a dark room with the nagging feeling that you've been touched in the bad place, do you? Sally and Nick can be found hanging from the giant rabbit in Wonderland Plaza at 2 p.m. on the 20th. Toss something at them to dislodge them, but not before you commemorate their predicament with a few shots for the kids.
Fantastic!
Take out the zombie horde to ensure their safety before they fall. Or just watch the carnage, if you're into that sort of thing. The gun shop in North Plaza is apparently a happening joint for crazies, because Brett, Jonathan, and Alyssa set up shop after Cletus around midnight on the 21st. Before you visit them, be sure to snap a photo of the air duct. Once you arrive, clear the zombies out of the front of the shop. When you enter, the threesome will start firing, and it can be difficult to get out again. Double tap the analog stick to roll towards the door. Once outside, they'll realize you're not actually a zombie. Approach and talk to Jonathan, but be careful not to go past him, or they'll open fire again. Show them the air duct photo, and they'll be eager to join you. These are some of the easier survivors to shepherd home, since the trigger-happy trio come pre-equipped with guns of their own. Now for a quick roundup of the easy survivors that Otis simply can't be bothered with telling you about. Sad Sophie can be found in Leisure Park around 7 p.m. of the first night. You'll find Crazy Kindle at midnight on day 2 in the North Plaza. Gil the Drunkie hangs out around 5 a.m. on day 3 in the food court. You can get a nice photo of him.
Fantastic!
Elderly Susan around 7 a.m. on day 3 in Wonderland Plaza. Kindness is great, but in the end, Dead Rising survivors can feel like the blood-pumping equivalent of these domestic beauties. You could kill the shopping cart zombies and save these good-for-nothings, but really, why should you reward them for their helplessness? With friends like these, sometimes it's more fun to play with the zombies. Killing zombies with bowling balls, garbage cans, and mini chainsaws is fun and all, but face it, what you really want is some good old-fashioned Mega Man Space Blaster action. Nothing fries a zombie like a space laser. You'll thank me for that advice when the zombie invasion of Ot-8 arrives. To get the blaster, you have to attain the Zombie Genocider achievement by defeating 53,594 zombies. Killing this many zombies is a labor of love that can't be accomplished in the middle of a game. So start a new one, and make sure not to initiate the case files by helping Brad in the food court. Forget storylines. Your life is now dedicated to eradicating the zombie race. First off, make your way to one of the waiting automobiles in the parking lot in Leisure Park. Hop in and head down the ramp to the maintenance tunnels. In your first trip through the tunnels, make a stop in the storage room to grab the machine gun and the maintenance tunnel key. This will allow you to use the maintenance doors to get to the main level to refill your health items or save. After that, you're free to plow away. the zombie hordes will pose no threat to you in your metal chariot. If for some reason your car breaks down, make sure to grab one of the shopping carts to barrel through the hordes of zombies vying for your brains. Or take pot shots at the propane tanks to clear out dozens of pesky zombies at once. For easy access to a vehicle in the tunnels, make a left from the entrance and work your way to the white truck under Sion's grocery store. Steamroll your way past 54,000 zombies and get to the helipad before hour 0 for what may seem like a letdown of an end, but it's really the beginning of a beautiful adventure with your very own real Mega Buster. In your new game, the blaster respawns near Otis. Now you can blow off some steam by blowing off zombie heads. The submachine gun is a nifty weapon, and it pays to find the weapon spawning point in each area. Some are relatively simple. You can find the SMG in the fountain on Alfresca Plaza, or the storage warehouse in the maintenance tunnels. On the more elaborate side, in the northwest corner of Leisure Park, the SMG can be found in the tree marked with a rock at the base. Fling something at the gun to dislodge it. With some nimble climbing skills, you can find one on top of the Chris's Fine Food sign in the food court. Jump from the stairs in Paradise Plaza to the Blue Ledge to find Paradise Plaza's hidden Uzi. The ride in Wonderland Plaza is useful for more than just prestige points and general creepiness. Hop off on the north side right, and you'll land next to the SMG hidden on top of one of the Lego playhouses. Trickiest of all is the SMG in the entrance plaza. You have to vault off a zombie onto one of the palm trees near the escalators. Sure, that took effort, but what's better than chilling on top of a palm tree with an Uzi and some cocktails? With the Mega Man Blaster, it becomes a lot easier to access some of Dead Rising's other sought-after weapons. For the Molotov cocktail, wait until early on day 3 when you get a call for the long-haired punk mission at 6 a.m. You'll find Paul at Casual Gal's clothing store in Wonderland Plaza.
Stay back! Stay back!
Paul is a psychopath, but you can make quick work of him with the blaster. Avoid his fiery wrath and chase him around until you whittle his health down in the usual way. Finally, he'll end up a writhing ball of fire. It may be tempting to let him char, but believe me, he's far more useful to you alive. Pick up the nearby fire extinguisher and aim it in his direction while holding down the X button. Be careful not to go into aim mode, or you'll end up just lobbing the extinguisher at him. Lead Paul back to the storeroom, but don't worry about his 2 victims. They won't give you weapons. They won't even make you sandwiches.
I don't want to die!
If you keep Paul's secret safe, you should get a call from Otis later in day 3 explaining that Paul has a gift. Visit him in the storeroom, and he'll welcome you to the world of unlimited Molotov cocktails. I promise you, there's nothing more satisfying than tossing a flaming gift into a crowd of happy little zombies. Even if it does singe your eyebrows just a little. Prestige isn't just for magicians and Pulitzer winners anymore. Dead Rising allows you to feel important just by accomplishing a few tasks. Forget experience points. Prestige points are the bread and butter of Dead Rising's leveling system, and you won't be pulling moves like Disembowel without some. Here are some ways to rack up. Ken is like you because he's a photographer. Ken is unlike you because he's crazy. Margot Kidder crazy. Your first meeting with Kent will be all about him. Looks like he's trying to get his modeling portfolio together.
Feast your eyes on my work.
This section is just a poorly disguised photography tutorial. First, he'll want you to snap a shot of him taking a photo of you. Afterwards, he won't be satisfied with anything less than getting his cool pose on film. You can catch this one when he does that manly arm pump. For more prestige points, get a photo of him jump kicking a zombie. Congratulations! You've given Ken a fighting chance at beating out those legions of exotic dancers for a spot on America's Next Top Model. After you satisfy this diva's demands, he'll let you know what he really wants. An erotica photo worth more than 500 prestige points. The easiest time to get this photo is after the completion of Case File 2-2 when Jessie is sitting on the bed. To get maximum points, go for the upskirt shot, but lose her head. That doesn't make me feel dirty at all. Meet with Kent for a second time at noon on day 2. He'll reluctantly acknowledge your photographic prowess and make a date for the next day at noon.
Beginner's luck. That's all.
Be sure to be on time for this appointment. If you're not, then his hostage will be dead and you'll have to fight him with bare hands. In the final confrontation, Kent finally lets his freak flag fly. Give him the shots he's really been begging for and reap the rewards. The book he leaves behind increases the PP value of all photos you take by 100%. Oh, and you can save this guy. But who really cares about him? Here are some other simple ways of racking up prestige points. Flexen's gym in Alfresca Plaza is a great place to score easy points. And it even has automatic doors to keep those pesky zombies away while you tone your manly physique. Run on every treadmill for an easy 22,000 points and destroy every punching bag for 18,000 PP. Complete the Space Rider in Wonderland Plaza for 10,000 points. Finally, you'll find something amiss with the giant surf bot at Child's Play in Paradise Plaza. To match the correct eyes to mouth, throw something heavy at the statue, like this conveniently placed cash register. Use your handy spitting ability, accessed when you have nothing in your inventory, for the fine-tuning. That's 10,000 PP well deserved.